Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. This is Kay, back at it with a new video. The title of this video, Road Rage. And I know some of y'all know this one well because you probably are doing it yourself. But let's get started. Road rage can be hazardous to your health. Now I bet some of y'all are saying, well Kay, how could road rage be hazardous to my health? Well, you don't know the person you're flipping off. You know what I mean. You know, somebody cut in front of you, or somebody brake too fast, or they driving too slow, or they driving too aggressive, and you get upset, and the first thing you want to do is throw up the finger, right? And you never know what's on the other side of that finger. And before I get into why we're going to discuss this, you don't know what somebody's going through. I mean, what if they lost their job? What if they just got a divorce? What if they're in the process of losing where they live? What if they don't have no money? It could be a variety of reasons why people can be pissed off driving. And when you throw up that finger to them, you actually giving them a reason to let all that anger and frustration out on you. Now, in those situations, what I learned to do is just let them drive by. Even if I even be like as though they the police, I pull to the right and let them zoom on by. But now I bet some of y'all saying, well, Kay, ain't that the coward way of dealing with it? Shouldn't you be more aggressive, more assertive, more angrier? No. Why? You'll never see that person again. So why should I get out there and act a fool? I seen some people out there battling with each other, on the side of the road. They out there, battling it out. And then here's the funny part. And then once the light turns green, they hop back in their car, right? And then they drive. And then when the light turns red, they hop back out the car. Now they battling it again. Pow, 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 pow. And then they even get to the point where they might even start tearing each other's car up. Now that's a little extreme, but it happens. Or you got the people you throw the finger up to, right? And then they pull up to you at the stoplight and then start capping in your car. See? Now, all that could have been avoided. All you had to do was say, hey man, sorry about that. And keep it moving. That don't make you less than a man. It don't make you scared, chicken. None of those things. It's just saying that, hey, I probably won't see this guy ever again. So why should I get out there and act a fool? I'm going to give you a quick story. I did the road rage. That's how I know, okay? So I did the road rage. I used to ride my bike when I used to work in the city center where I live. And for some reason, this guy, he rolled up on me and he said, hey, you should be over there to the right. You shouldn't be over here in the main traffic, right? And now what did I do? Man, fuck you. Oops, sorry. Say screw you. And the guy drove off. So all while I'm riding my bike, right? And he just looking at his rearview mirror at me. Just looking at his rearview mirror. Now I catches him doing that. What do I do? Fuck you. Right? And the guy wasn't saying nothing, but I could look at his face and tell that it was really peeing him off. So we went our way, right? I ain't think nothing of it. Few weeks went by. I'm riding my bike. Now, this time, I was in the bike lane. I'm hearing somebody just blowing, doo, 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 doo. And I'm like, what the hell? What the heck is going on? So I happened to look back. Guess who it was? It was that fool that I had threw the finger up at. He in the bike lane. He driving aggressive right behind me in the bike lane saying, F you, F you. and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. This guy was ready to run me over. Okay? Now, some of y'all would probably say, oh, well, then, I threw up a finger back at, and let him run me over. Let him run me over. And then, when that didn't work, he whips his car around me while I'm on my bike, and then riding doing this, saying, F you, right? And all I did was just look at him. Praying too. Please don't let this fool run me over or hit me, because, hey, I'm going to be in a heap of trouble. But anyway, I kept my cool, riding my bike, And I'm looking at this fool, right? And he, F you. So, by me not responding to it, he just drove off. Now, I never saw that fool again. But think about this. He could have ran me over. Or he could have ran me over and I would have been screwed. And then what about the hospital bill? If I live, right? Because, it don't take much. He hit you with a car and a bike, that car gonna win every time. If he'd have came up and hit me from the back with that car, he'd have sent me flying. I would have been flying. I could have ran into another car in traffic, or I could have ran into some cars parked along the street, because, the bike lane is along, the side of the parked cars. And, I could have been seriously injured, or if he'd have just ran me over. And then what about when he got on side of me and then he could have just did that and sent me flying. So what's the moral of this story? Is don't do the road rage. I don't care how, upset you think you might be, or I'm a man and he shouldn't have did that to me. Man, you don't know the consequences. See? I learned real fast. It was a lesson learned. I don't do it anymore. Now, and I had another guy do that to me. I said, hey, sorry, man. And keep it moving. See? I live to see another day. Healthy. See? You don't want to be in some wheelchair rolling around, because you didn't let some guy punk you. You got to know when to do it and when not to do it. If somebody in a car and you're on a bike, you don't do it. Somebody in a car and you're on a motorcycle, you don't do it. If somebody in a car and you're in a car, you don't do it. Because you don't know what he got over there. What if he got a gun over there? See? What if he's having a bad day and just looking to take all that anger and frustration out on somebody? And guess what? You did the magic thing for him to do it, right? It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it yesterday, it ain't worth it today, and it sure ain't worth it tomorrow. We gotta think. Think of the consequences when you do that in traffic. And it ain't that serious. People that be in a hurry to go nowhere. I've seen people speed up, get right up on me, driving that aggressive driving. They right up on you, right? right? And then you let them by, and they zoom on by, and then you know what? And they be right at the light. Okay, what was all that about? But again, you know, you gotta be able to pick your fights. And like I say, that road rage, you don't get nothing out of it. Cause you'll never see that person again. If that person started capping in your car or damage your car, and I've seen people damaging each other's car, and they good cars. So how do you explain that to your insurance company? And then how do you even pay for it? See? Because you was upset that you tore your car up. See, it ain't worth it. But that's all I have for you. Again, this is Kay, back at it with a new video. Take care, guys.